As an artist who has their own OCs and would hope to be mainstream one day, and is also unfortunately dragged into art discord and all that, I see a lot of artists, young and old, experienced and beginner, ask other people how to prevent potential fans from shipping characters they do not want to be shipped or having ideas or dynamics that they personally wouldn't approve of. And I am just here to tell all present and future artists that not only is there nothing that you can do to prevent fans from doing things you wouldn't quote unquote approve of, but you are already killing your fan base before it even begins. We know how fans are, we know how fandoms are, and I am just here to tell you now that if you want to share your art, if you want to share your characters, if you want to share your ideas, you need to be comfortable with the fact that people will take your creation and do what they want with them. Whether they make not safe for work, ships that don't make sense, or changing a character completely, etc. This happens to all characters that exist, and your characters will be no different. One thing I remember from English class is that the audience will interpret your work however they interpret it, whether it's the way you see your own art or not. That's why they ask the question, okay, what did you think that the audience think about this versus what did you think the author meant by this? Once your characters are out into the public, you don't really have control on what people can do with your characters aside from copyright related things. You can't stop fans from making fan art, you can't stop fans from shipping your character, etc., etc. Yes, you don't have to like it or even disapprove of it, but there is nothing that you can really do, and I would say you shouldn't want to do anything. Creators that are overly strict with their fandoms and their creations and don't let fandoms or fans be free and have open expression, I notice often stifles the fandom themselves. People simply just won't want to interact with your art if they feel like they can't show their love in their own way. People will either leave or make things out to spite you. As someone with my own OCs and ideas, I understand and accept that there will be not safe for work, people will interpret my characters wrong, and people will even be dissatisfied how I write my own story and rewrite it themselves. These things are going to happen whether you like it or not, but the one thing that cannot ever change is that your characters are yours, and what you say for your characters will be canon and always will be canon. Point blank. Fans can have a popular ship or think you should have made your story this way, yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, you are the creator. You have control about what happens in the canon. But what you don't have control over is what fans do with your characters, aside from copyright and financial gain, all that, of course. And while there are many creators out there who don't like how fans interpret some of their characters, certain ships, all that, it is still one of the biggest honors and one of the ways to show that you made it by having a dedicated fandom that loves your work, loves your characters so much to the point where they just have to make their own stuff with them, such as the fan art, the fanfics, shipping, making personal accounts, all that stuff. And while you might not like everything your potential fandom does, or you may not have approval of certain sides of your potential fandom, all I can say is be grateful. Still be appreciative because at the end of the day, without fans, your work would have reached the heights it did without them.